first things first, we had to come inside in the air conditioning because it's getting a little too hot for campfires now.
Yeah, South Georgia, this time of year, it's about 95 degrees outside, so the campfire ain't kicking it.
It was a little bit too warm.
My R value's too high for that.
R value.
One state I know I've never hunted is Oklahoma, but our boy Michael got an invite.
Well, I had to go test it out to see how it was.
Get it ready for this year for me and Kevin.
No, just so I can go back.
What?
We went out there. I took my wife Beth. It's kind of a late December hunt, kind of into the rut, but they were coming to the food plots and food sources real good. Out there you can hunt over feeders.
The whole feeder thing, I mean, that sparks up all kind of conversation, and we try to keep stuff going on our Facebook page, just Facebook/Backwoods Life. But everything from feeders versus food plots to versus whether or not you should use any of that.
Right.
Everybody has their own opinion, but our opinion is if it's legal, knock yourself
Right.
out.
I mean,
have a good time.
If you want to do it and it's within your state's regulations and stuff, I mean, go for it. Have fun. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And like especially later in the season when food sources are hard to find, feeders are a great spot to try to fill some tags. And we were out there with our elite bows. Beth had never killed a deer with a bow, and you know me, I'm just looking to shoot something anytime.
Right.
So we loaded up and headed out there.
Right on the other side of that trash pile right there. You're gonna come to my right.
Backwoods Life is brought to you by Elite Archery, respect the game. Extreme Hunting Solutions, get ready for the shot. Muzzy, bad to the bone. Quality Archery Designs, focus on the shot. We'll take care of the rest. Ghost Blind, total concealment in any environment. Hunter Safety System, dedicated to saving hunters' lives. Lethal, human scent elimination. Concealed Outdoors, hunting gear storage redefined. X Factor, be dead silent. By Spot Hog and Straight Creek Calls. And by these companies. If they didn't make quality products, we wouldn't be using them.
Think your bow is sweet? Try an Elite. Take the Elite Shootability Challenge. Elite is easier to draw. You spend less time at peak weight. Elite has a solid back wall and you hold less weight. Elite's huge dwell zone lets you focus on aiming, not a jumpy cam. But what really sets it apart is Elite's nothing to it shooting. That you'll have to experience for yourself. Visit your Elite dealer today and take the Elite Shootability Challenge.
Extreme bow hunters like Fred Eichler hunt in the most dangerous weather and terrain on the planet. They need a broadhead they can depend on no matter the situation. Introducing the new Fred Eichler Signature Series 4-blade Phantom Broadhead by Muzzy.
With this newly designed Phantom Broadhead, I got exactly what I wanted. Superior performance out of a broadhead that I can use with either my compound or my recurve.
Available in 125 and 150 grains. The Fred Eichler Signature Series Phantom Broadheads by Muzzy.
This segment of Backwoods Life is brought to you by Scott Archery, everyone's number one.
You got him. Grab him. Stay still. Dadgummit. Dang it, dang it, dang it. If he would have come that way or that way, we'd have been fine. But he stopped right behind all these limbs. That's a nice deer. Can't believe he came to that grunt call, dude. I mean, he came charging in here. I mean, he come on with it, looking for a fight. He just got right on top of us, dude.
I think that's what happens when they spot a big blob.
Yeah,
up in
they
the
don't
tree.
like that. That late in the year, I mean, there's not a lot of cover and stuff. You're trying to bow hunt, and out there, further out west, that way you get the trees aren't real big, so it's not like I can be 20 feet up in spots.
Sometimes I'm bigger than the tree.
I promise you, we're bigger than the tree a lot of times. But you know, first morning out of the gate, grunting in a nice buck, I was pretty fired up about the next few days.
Off to a good start,
Yeah,
I'd
for
say.
sure. And Beth was seeing deer, you know, while I was all this going on for me. I mean, she had deer all over her too. Second morning, it started raining a little bit. Man, with the camera equipment, I didn't want to risk, you know, getting out there and getting soaked.
Yeah, our cameras are allergic to rain.
Yeah, we were watching the radar, and so they had these pop-up blinds, and that's a good way to be dry with the camera gear. So instead of normally sitting in a ghost blind like we would, had to go sit in a pop-up blind, and it almost cost me.
Well, those pop-ups, I mean, they stick out like a sore thumb compared to the ghost blind,
Promise
but
you.
they do keep the rain off of you.
Yeah.
So.
Day 2, Oklahoma. Beth's been hogging all the shooter bucks.
You had your opportunity yesterday afternoon. You sat in a good spot.
How did I have my opportunity?
You sat in a good
An
spot.
opportunity means one walks out to shoot. That did not happen. You were hogging them all.
You must have smelled or something.
Smelled like you.
Whatever. Smelled like the roses.
I like old stinky pink perfume.
Oh, there's a buck right here. That's a shooter right there. That's a big 8-point.
We just dropped us a freaking big 8-point. Not the best bow shot in the world, but I hit him. I don't know what happened. I think I hit the edge of this ground blind when I shot. This chair's sitting kind of low, and I think what happened is I hit my fletching, hit that area. I hit the blind and hit it, knocked it high, but it spined him and dropped him right there. I put another shot in and finished him off. and we got our Oklahoma buck on the ground. He ain't going nowhere. Tag field. Muzzy moment. That's how we roll. The dirty South comes to the Midwest. Well, we don't have much of a tracking job on this dude. He's laying right here. That's what happens when you shoot him high in the spine, because you didn't account for the deflect theory off a ground blind. But anyway, see that? That's what we came for. Look at that dude. Big old tall 8. Good brows, long G2s and 3s. Probably a 3 or 4 year old deer. But he made a fatal mistake today. That's cool, man. Been rubbing some trees. Just a nice Oklahoma deer. My buddy Justin at Rendezvous Sporting Adventure set this hunt up for me. Out here with Lee and the guys in Oklahoma. Ben and LJ. We've had a great day the whole time. A lot of fun, seen a lot of deer. I say a lot of deer, I mean it's late, December. And it gets kind of tough. We're here after the rut. And these deer just hitting the feed sources, you know, food plots and feeders and stuff. And legal to hunt over feeders in Oklahoma. Perfectly fine with it, no problems. And that's what these deer are hitting right now. Food's getting real scarce. A lot of these oaks right here, they were dropping earlier in the year, but now it's just all, you know, food plots and feeders is all the source they got. And this buck was with another buck. They're starting to group back up a little bit. And he came in and gave us a good shot. I didn't make the greatest shot, but we got him.
Backwoods Life is also brought to you by Icon Trail Cameras, Storm, Black Widow Quick Shots from Big Game Tree Stands, Darkotic Splatter Targets from Birchwood Casey. Get them before they get you. Henry Rifles, made in America and priced right by the Silent Rider. Reduce ATV exhaust noise by 60%.
Hi, I'm Michael McMichael. You know, I've seen a lot of ads lately comparing other bullets to my power belts. They claim they're as accurate as power belts, or that they have the knockdown energy of a power belt, or even that they load as easy as a power belt. Whatever. The way I see it, if you want the one muzzleloading bullet that does it all, why not just buy power belts? Power Belt, America's #1 muzzleloading bullet.
Deer Domination, the strongest combination of powders, grains, minerals, and deer attractants known to man. Irresistible to deer. This amazing attractant draws deer young and old alike with our unique combination of odors and food source attractants. Old deer are young, they fight to the last crumb. It's simple, pouring in piles on stumps and logs over the top of any grain or feed to keep deer where you want them, when you want them. For bigger deer, better action, more often, choose Deer Domination. Available now at your local Walmart.
I demand the best. In a game of inches, when the smallest imperfections can mean the difference between success and failure, I feel confident knowing that every QAD Ultra Rest has been designed, manufactured, and assembled right here on American soil. With unparalleled precision and uncompromised quality, the Ultra Rest is more than a piece of equipment. It's a part of who we are. I shoot the Ultra Rest, America's Rest, only by Quality Archery Designs.
This segment of Backwoods Life is brought to you by Hawk Sport Optics, bringing new focus to your world.
Michael and Beth's hunt this week in Oklahoma was arranged by Rendezvous Sporting Adventures. They offer cost-effective hunts. They got all types of trips, fishing, hunting, wing shooting. They work with the best outfitters all over the place, providing the best service and overall experience.
Tag field, got a real nice buck, pooping young deer on the ground, so I mean, I'm happy.
You ain't fixing to quit though, are you?
No, not even close. Well, they had this one food plot, and Beth hunted on it several evenings, and she was just seeing all kind of deer, and she sat there a couple mornings and just kept telling me about all these turkeys that would come in. And they said, well, you know, you got a turkey tag. I said, oh yeah.
And still got plenty of arrows.
And I still got, well, for the time being.
When I was over 2 on turkeys this morning, there were so many out there I couldn't use my rangefinder to see exactly how far they were, so I was trying to make an educated guess. And the first time my guess was off. I thought he was about 20, and he was probably closer to 30. The second time I thought he was closer to 30, and he was closer to 20. So I shot under 1 and over 1. I got hair sticking all in the woods over there somewhere. They're not hard to hit, they're just easy to miss.
Neither one of those turkeys were bothered at all. There were no turkeys harmed making this television show.
While you were slinging arrows at all them birds, what was Beth doing?
She's still trying to kill a deer with a bow. She's still out there hunting, and she was seeing a lot of deer, and she was seeing some really good bucks. And every time it seemed one would get, and she's shooting 50 pounds with like a 26-inch draw, so she's not gonna, take a 40 or 50-yard shot like we did. So it's got to be in there pretty close. And she was getting deer in there, but the problem was most of the time the bucks would be the later deer come in the fields or come into the feeders or whatever. And, she's trying to get them in close, and whenever she would try to draw, there'd be a doe that's 10 yards away, and it's just hard to get it all to come together.
I'm going to say that's probably if there's a downside to seeing a bunch of deer, that's it.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of eyes and a bunch of noses.
And if you're rifle hunting, whatever. I mean, you get your gun up and you're just ready and you just wait on a shot. But with a bow, you got to look at what every deer that can possibly see you's doing. Make sure they're not looking at you so you can get drawn back for a shot. And that don't sound that bad until you try to do it, especially hunting on the ground.
So you already had your buck on the dirt.
Yep.
Turkeys aren't working out too good
Not
for you.
too good.
Maybe you better go try to shoot some does. It never fails though. Whenever you go after you've already shot a buck, and you're gonna spend some time in the stand,
you'll see a bigger buck.
You're gonna see a better buck.
And that's why I was like, all right. And actually, the morning I shot at those turkeys, it was a really nice buck came in, but he was 100 yards away, so that didn't bother me. He's out of bow range. But when I get a nice 120-inch 8-point or whatever, up there posed up, broadside for like 30 minutes, I'm just like, that is just not right. So, but that's hunting, man. I mean, do the right thing. I've got my tag filled, a real nice buck, and I'm just waiting on Beth to shoot something now so we can go home.
You got all the bucks over there by you, so hopefully she can get one in range.
Closed captioning for Backwoods Life provided by Game Plan Gear. Every successful hunt begins with a game plan.
Extreme Hunting Solutions blue, red, and green power pellets provide maximum traction.
Up to 15 more vitamins and minerals per bag than any other brand.
Giving the deer exactly what they need for a healthier body. Patent-pending green antler growth granules grow longer tines and add more mass.
Both candy corn and big buck mineral are formulated with chelated minerals, making it easy to digest for faster absorption.
Check out Plotmaster's newest line of ATV and tractor implements. Plotmaster's all-in-one patented design allows you to disc, plow, plant, cover, and cultipack all at the same time.
Visit plotmaster.com. Plotmaster, the ultimate plot planning machine.
The all-new Hybrid from Hunter Safety System is form meets function at its finest. Its lightweight design keeps all of my gear close for the unexpected moment of truth. Hunter Safety System. Saving lives is what we do.
Backwoods Life is brought to you by Elite Archery. Respect the game. Extreme Hunting Solutions. Get ready for the shot. Muzzy. Bad to the bone. Quality Archery Designs. Focus on the shot. We'll take care of the rest. Ghost Blind. Total concealment in any environment. Hunter Safety System. Dedicated to saving hunters' lives. Lethal. Human scent elimination. Concealed Outdoors. Hunting gear storage redefined. X Factor. Be dead silent. By Spot Hog and Straight Creek Calls. And by these companies. If they didn't make quality products, we wouldn't be using them.
The last evening, we were going to get up like at 6 o'clock the next morning and go home. And I asked her that night, I said, do you want to hunt in the morning, or you want to get up and go home? And she said, I didn't pay all this money for a tag to take it back home. And she said, I'm going to get up and go if it ain't but for an hour. And I was like, that's my girl right
That's
there.
it.
You know?
She said, you brought my butt all the way out here to Oklahoma. I'm going to try my best to put her through something.
And she had been hunting, every morning, every evening for, 3 or 4 full days. And that last morning, she's like, well, we're going to go sit on the spot she started at where she saw a real nice buck the first morning. She said maybe he'll come back, for the last hoorah there.
You got to give it one last shot.
Got to try. You ain't going to kill him sleeping.
It's the last morning for me here in Oklahoma. Me and LJ been hunting no hard for 4 days now. And last night I said, well, I'll come back out and hunt one more time. And this morning did the trick. We got in here and we had 2 deer come in before daylight. So we didn't get to video anything before then, but we had 2 come in and one stood there a little too long. So we're gonna get down soon and go find him. I'm so excited.
Well, Beth just texted me, and here it is the last morning in Oklahoma, and she shot one. Been hunting since Saturday. It's Thursday, and she just arrowed one and texted me dead deer. So we're finna go see what she's got. She said it ain't no monster, but it don't matter. It's a trophy to her. First deer with a bow ever.
Me and LJ been on fire this week, but we blew up this morning. So we got a good blood trail. We're gonna go find him now.
There he is.
There he is. First deer with a bow. Last morning.
Boy, you took a good shot on him,
Uh-huh.
too. He only went probably 100.
Dang.
Yeah, he probably went probably 100 yards,
Yeah.
150 yards.
It's a good
You
deer.
hit him right where you want to.
Yep, 31 yards, broadside.
That's a good shot for your first deer.
I know. Awesome.
First deer with a bow, and I mean, I can't be so proud for her hanging in there. And I mean, she put a great shot on it too. Blew that little old pink muzzy right through him and piled him up.
Well, I am going to say that Woody and I are going to be giving Justin over at Rendezvous a call, because I'm glad y'all scouted that spot out for us, but I think me and Woody got to go
I won't
sling
call
some
him on the
arrows.
next break. Yeah, dude, what's up with his Oklahoma hunt? We're doing our schedule.
He's not going to answer when you call.
I know.